This short video recommends a book that is suitable for the IEB independent reading requirements in the South African English home language curriculum. Turtle Walk is an easily read young adult novel set in South Africa. It's the first in a series of 3 novels. If you enjoyed John van der Reit's Spud books about the adventures of a high school boy and his friends in boarding school, then you'll enjoy this novel. A born and bred Joburger, Joanne Macgregor is a counselling psychologist in private practice. She started her professional life as a high school English teacher and has always been in love with words and nature. Turtle Walk is her first novel, published in 2011. Macgregor said the following in an interview: "I wanted to write realistic fiction and tell stories in a local setting with smart, funny and resourceful heroines instead of the cliché male lead. I also wanted them to be the kind of books that my daughter likes to read. My main goal was to write great stories with current ecological themes." The novel is the first of 3 in a series that has been labelled the Eco Warrior series. On the front cover, you can see a leatherback turtle laying her eggs on the beach as the 3 main characters watch over her. The back of the novel reads as follows: "Samantha felt angrier than she had ever felt in her life. Her eyes had paled to the colour of hard steel and her hands were clenched tightly at her sides. For a while, no one said anything. Then Nomusa asked tentatively, 'What should we do with the body? We can't just leave it.' 'Well, we can't bury it here. The sea will uncover it. The tide's already beginning to come in,' said Jessie. 'And besides,' she did not finish the sentence, but she did not need to. Jessie and Nomusa looked at Samantha, perhaps hoping for some guidance, but she said nothing, merely stared out at the ocean, her eyes blazing and her jaw clenched. 'They need to be stopped,' said Samantha finally. 'Somebody needs to do something about this. We need to do something.' 14-year-old Samantha and her 2 friends start a campaign to help save the endangered leatherback turtle. This leads them into dangerous encounters and crazy adventures. Along the way, there are also romances, rivals, and a whole lot of growing up to do. 14-year-old Samantha Stedman is in grade 8 at an elite boarding school. Her roommates are the rich and sassy Jessie Delaney and politician's daughter, Nomusa Gule. They have to deal with romances and heartbreaks, a joint musical production with a neighbouring boys' school, encounters with an eccentric bunch of teachers, conflicts with parents, and skirmishes with bitter rivals. The trio will need to work together to face their fears and to hold on to the hope that individuals can make a difference. The action takes place in KwaZulu Natal, South Africa, at Clifford House School for Girls. Samantha's family has a holiday house on the coast, where the friends become involved in an ecological war for the survival of the endangered leatherback turtle. The novel begins with this: comings and goings. "Nervous, Samantha?" asked Mr. Stedman. He met his daughter's dark grey eyes in the rearview mirror and gave her a reassuring smile as he tugged on the steering wheel of their car. Next to Samantha, Daniel jerked his head to indicate the view through the rear window. "Cheer up, sis. It looks like you're going to be really popular before you even get there," he said with a grin. Samantha turned and peered over her shoulder through the back window. Immediately behind them was a large, sleek, charcoal-colored German sedan, and behind that, a line of cars was backing up as they bumped and lurched along the narrow mountain road. "Give it some speed, Dad," urged Daniel. James, sitting in the front, was plugged into his iPod. and merely nodded in time to the music which filled his head. "You're starting high school. It's a big day. Perfectly normal to be a little nervous," said Mr. Stedman encouragingly, pushing up the spectacles which were forever sliding down his nose. If this book interests you, watch this space, as there will soon be video recommendations for the next 2 books in the Eco Warrior series.